Morning, Frankie with the wrench. Good morning to David Jones. How are you, brother? Again, good afternoon, right, David? For you, I believe. There you go. So just a little morning cardio, guys, just to grease the gears a little bit, get warmed up. Got the coffee on deck. As usual. So like I mentioned before, really don't consider myself an avid runner at all. But I like the elliptical machine only because it's low impact. And I just feel that it's, you have the arm action going. So you're getting a little bit of warming things up top also, you know. Easy on the knees, easy on the ankles. Oh, thanks, David. Yeah, that was a little gym session last night. That was a workout that I did about 2 weeks ago, two and a half weeks ago. It was actually at a different gym. But anyway, just to get that heart rate up, what I was doing was 10 reps on the flat bench press. And then we hit 10 bar dips and 25 or 30 jumping jacks. And it was a nice little set. And just go, again, and just do it as a circuit, round and round. How many rounds? As many as you want. How much time do you have? But keep the weight nice and light. You know, again, I'm not going to, if I'm looking to max out on the bench, doing a bench press, I'm not going to be doing, jumping jacks and straight bar dips in between sets. But it's a good little circuit. Last night I actually split it up. I did the bench press with the jumping jacks, did 15 rounds on that, and then I jumped over to the straight bar dips. Actually finished up the workout with, I think we did 300 push-ups. Thereabouts, yeah, I think it was 300. But yeah, definitely a nice workout. Good morning, Spoke. Ladies, Merry Christmas, early Happy New Year to you guys. I appreciate everybody stopping in. Sawyer, hello to you. So this is it, guys. Another year gone, right? Today's December 27th. Next week, January 1st. New year, new us. Yeah, one or the other serves the purpose, David, you know, as long as you're keeping that heart rate up, like I said. But again, if you're going to be getting under the bar and doing a circuit like that, you're certainly not going to go that heavy with the weight. Just, a weight that over time is going to get challenging. You know, it's basically what I did was just pretty much a warm-up weight. But by the, 10th or 15th set, you're really starting to feel that. So, and it goes back, to the question, well, is it better to do higher weight, lower reps, lower weight, higher reps? It's better to do everything you can, in my opinion. Mix it up. It works, because I certainly felt that workout last night. But so December 27th, guys, next week, January 1st and January 2nd, new year, new us. Everybody's joining the gym. Everybody's going to change their lives. Everybody's going to get healthy. 2025 is going to be different. Now, this time I mean it. But so a lot of guys and girls, a lot of people, you know, they'll run and they'll plunk down their credit card, their debit card at the gym, and they think that, you know, that's their first step to getting healthy. I have the gym membership. But now I'm someone who's had a gym membership. I got my first gym membership at my local YMCA. If it wasn't the day I turned 18, it was probably the day after, because I was chomping at the bit to get a membership, my first membership. And I've always had a membership since, you know, some type of gym membership. And I've used them semi-regularly. I still do to this day. But what I try to caution people is, like anything you're going to do, I was very impulsive with everything throughout my whole life. But this is something that you should really give some thought to. So think about it. What is your real motivation going into this? If you're one of these New Year's resolution people, are you just getting caught up in the hype, you know, because everybody else, and it's okay, I went to shit over the holidays, but now I'm going to turn it around. What's really motivating you to do this? What's really motivating you to think that you're going to get in shape this time, and that this gym membership is going to be the answer to all your fitness prayers? You know, look at your past actions. Have you tried before? Have you quit? Most of us have, over and over, time and time again. So you really have to sit and think to yourself, am I really, is there something? And it's not just, you know, well, my buddy's joining the gym or this one joined the gym, so I'm going to do it too. Sit down and really say to yourself, am I really going to commit to this? What's going to keep me motivated to do this consistently? Right? And consistency is always, always the key to what we do. So you have to find that motivation. And the motivation isn't just talking to your buddy, you know, and he says, yeah, I'm going to go work out. You should work out too. And you say, well, that's a great idea. I'll start working out. It's got to be something that comes from inside you that's going to, because you're not going to want to do it every day. I get that question so often. What keeps you motivated? How do you stay motivated? What motivates you to do this? It's something inside you. It's not something externally. You can't rely on external motivation. It's got to come from inside you. So really, before you go plunk down that credit card, really sit down and consider that, you know, and think hard and long about it. Are you really going to commit to it? You know? And then you really want to, are you going to stay motivated, right? And if you get that worked out in your head, exactly what are you trying to accomplish? What are your goals? What are your goals by doing this? Right? If it's just some generic, I just want to lose weight, I just want to get in shape, you know, I think you have to be much more focused on the mission. Plan it out a little better and say to yourself, you know, I've gained, you know, 5 years ago, I was 40 pounds lighter. So my number one goal is to get this weight off me. And again, don't have goals, have specific goals, but you can't get too lofty in the beginning. You know, it can't be, I want to lose 40 pounds, bench press 300, and go run an ultra marathon in 6 months when you've been sitting on the couch for the past 5 years. right? So plan out realistic goals. I'm going to start eating better, and in the next month, I'm going to shoot to lose 10 pounds, right? And then you do that, and then you set your next goal. All right, now I want to lose my next 5 or 10 pounds or whatever, I'll go from there. But again, you want to set goals, you want to be ambitious to a degree with your goals, but don't make them too out of reach, because you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So before you go into this, kind of know what you're looking to do, and you're going to build momentum, and then you're going to have bigger and better goals as you go along. But think about it. Plan it out a little bit. There he is, Home Gym. Good morning, brother. How are you? The third thing to think about, guys, is maybe, gym memberships run the gamut, right? You can get yourself a $10 or $15, or you could pay 30, 40, 50, or $100 a month, whatever. They run the gamut, depending on where it's at and what type of gym it's at and what they offer. But if you want to really test your commitment, start out. There's plenty of free options. There's parks. You can go on YouTube and start searching out home workout routines, body weight workout routines, and see if you stay committed to that for any period of time. But if you're not willing to commit to consistently, say, do something at home, to just stand up off your couch and start moving right in your own living room, or go into your basement or garage or bedroom or whatever and do some kind of workout there, are you going to be willing to get off that couch on a cold night and then drive to a gym or whatever, and do any type of workout? So don't make that financial commitment initially. Once you get rolling and say, yeah, now I think I'm going to do this, and I have the time and I have it fit into my schedule. Now you want to branch out and you want to go see what it is to work out at a gym, by all means. But there's free options, because again, just plunking down that credit card, that's not doing anything for you. That's not getting rid of that body fat. But a lot of people think it is. We actually have to do something first. And again, there's cheaper options. There's ways to do it, and that's going to test your commitment beforehand, before you hand your money over. And another thing you could look at, guys, number 4, you could say, a lot of gyms have a trial membership. Some gyms will give you up to a week free, the initial week free. You could get a weekly membership, even if it's paid. You might get 2 or 3 days free, and then you could buy a week or a month. Just buy 1 month and just see how you do. And at the end of that month, evaluate how many times did I actually go. Is this something that I'm really is it going to stay in my schedule? Am I going to make time for it? Am I really serious about it? Like I said, you got to look at that motivation. You got to look at your level of commitment. But before you make that financial commitment, Again, you can go the free route. If you're insistent on hitting the gym, walk in and ask, can I get a 1 month, just a 1 month membership, no strings attached? 1 week, can I get some type of free trial? And again, there definitely are gyms out there that'll give you a week free. And then if you want to get like a monthly, a 1 month membership, that gives you 5 weeks. See how you're doing that 5 weeks. That's really going to test your level of commitment. So that's another thing to think about, guys. Good morning to Ramon. I'm doing well, brother. Just getting a little morning cardio in. But thankfully, everything's status quo this morning, Ramon. I appreciate you popping in. So the fifth thing you could think about, guys, is your time commitment. How much time are you really willing to put in, right? So again, like I said, you can go and maybe get a week or a few days free, sign on for a month. Again, no strings attached, and see how you're doing that month. I like to say, put that calendar on the refrigerator or on your wall, whatever, and every day you do something, health related, something that's going to benefit your health. If it's a workout or whatever, you put a little X on that calendar. All right, 30 or 31 days in a month, you want to get 20, 21 days worth of X's on that calendar. And that means that's a pretty good level of commitment if you could do that. Because that means 2 out of 3 days you're doing something. And that's not bad. That's going to get you some results if you do that. So really say to yourself, how much time am I going to commit to this? Is it going to be, am I only going to wind up going to the gym one day? Again, we all come out of the starting gate full of piss and vinegar, full steam ahead, right? But it wanes really quick. So really sit down and look at your schedule, look at your work schedule, look at your commitments and things like that, and say, am I going to be able to get to this gym? How far away is it from the house? Am I going to get there? Am I seriously going to get there every day or every other day, whatever? So another thing to consider, guys, is the cost. Right? Again, gyms today run the gamut. You can get a $10 or $15 membership, $30, $40, $50, depending on what the gym offers, what type of gym it is. My recommendation would be to find the cheapest one you can. Everybody's heard of Planet Fitness. That's pretty much the bare bones. But most of those Planet Fitness gyms, while they're very cardio centric, they have a lot of cardio machines, but there's a good amount of weight machines. They usually have a decent dumbbell area, so you can get the job done with that. On the lower end of the spectrum. Other gyms are in the 20s, $25, but you have to really consider the money too, because you don't want to be flushing money down the toilet. Because you could say, no, it's only $30 a month. And then we'll rationalize it further and say it's $1 a day, right? I'm really only paying $1 a day to go to this gym. It's a really nice gym. And when you figure it, it's $1 a day. Well, it's $1 a day if you go 30 days, right? If you go 3 days out of the month, it's $10 a day. You're paying $10 a workout if you only go 3 times a month, right? So be realistic about it. Just be realistic about it, because money doesn't come easy to most of us, and you don't want to be pissing it away. So it's a financial commitment. You really want to give it some thought. And Frankie F16 has a good point. A lot of companies that offer health benefits, sometimes in those health benefit plans, they'll have an allowance for some type of gym membership. So definitely look, if you guys are lucky enough to have some type of decent health insurance plan, check into that too. See if they have any incentive program, because a lot of times they don't even let you know about it. You have to really look into it on your own. So that's a good point, Frank. I appreciate that. So another key point, guys, again, you're motivated, you thought out your goals, you think you're going to have the level of commitment, you think it's going to be worth the financial. But again, I always say, we're addicted to convenience, comfort, and consumption. And when you consider the convenience factor here with the gym, where's the gym located? Right? What do they say? Everything's location, location, location. So if that gym is, a distance from your house, you're not going to tell me that you're not going to come home from a long day or wake up early one morning. It's going to be pouring rain. It's going to be snow and it's going to be whatever out. And you say, oh man, I got to drive all the way over there. It's a 20-minute drive. I spend some time at my daughter's house, and I actually go to a gym down by her, and it's literally, to get in the car, it's about a 5 to 6 minute ride. It's very close to the house. But I'll be honest with you, there are days I wake up when I'm there and I say, I don't even feel like driving that 5 or 6 minutes. So really think to yourself, is this place convenient enough? Is the location convenient enough? Is it in maybe a strip mall, someplace where there's going to be easy parking? You can just pull up, never worry about parking. There's going to be someplace that's on a street where you have to find parking when you get there, right? That's going to be another thing that's going to deter you. Oh shit, I don't want to have to drive over there, and then there's not going to be parking. But a lot of these larger gyms, these box gyms, they're usually going to be in some type of strip mall or area where there is ample parking for the most part. But still, you got to consider that location. How easy or how convenient is it going to be for me to get there? Look at the logistics. Another alternative you have, guys, another thing you could think about, number 8 would be, I mentioned earlier about doing, home workouts that you can find all over YouTube. But if you're going to make a financial investment in the gym that there's a good chance you might not use, make a financial investment in yourself at home and just buy some basic equipment. Because I promise you, if you have, a few sets, some dumbbells and a decent bench, a sturdy enough bench, there's no stopping it. You can get in great shape. You do that along with any type of body weight exercise. Even if you don't want to do that, if there's a park near your house, you want to do park workouts, body weight workouts. But even at home, if you look at the cost of, a lot of people will join these gyms and not use it, but in their mind they'll say, well, I'm going to start going back to the gym on this date, and every month like clockwork, they don't miss a payment. They pull it out of your checking account and they charge your credit card. So sometimes you might go a year, 2 years, how long? And you're just giving your money to these gyms. But if you make a small investment on some equipment at home, like I said, um, some dumbbells, a modest bench, a bench that might be adjustable where you can go up and down on an incline, some assistance bands. Resistance bands. They can be assistance bands too if you're doing pull-ups. A doorway pull-up bar. If you look at some of my other videos, I actually have a stand-up pull-up bar that I got off Amazon. And it's not a huge investment comparatively when you look at the money that you might give to a gym over time, So I have the and there's several other brands, but I have a Bowflex adjustable dumbbells that I bought, I think going on 8 years ago. So, but they're really quality. But I'm sure there's some other ones out there too that you could check out. I actually put some links down below of some of the things that I have here. Again, just to give you some ideas. I buy pretty much everything off Amazon. You could check that out and just see, just to give you some ideas. Again, it's nothing crazy. Some adjustable dumbbells, a bench, some bands, a doorway pull-up bar, or a stand-up. The one that I have is a stand-up. I have both actually. I have one in my doorway, again for years, hanging in my kitchen doorway. So yeah, look into that. It's a modest investment again when you compare it to how much you might pay to go to a gym that you don't even go to, So give that some thought. Yeah, you want to look at that too. The gym. Again, that's why I suggested earlier maybe getting a free week, a few days free, and just go and check it out. And you want to go at peak times when there's a lot of people there, and see what it looks like when it's crowded. Check out the equipment. Is the place dirty? Definitely check out the bathrooms. That's going to tell you a lot about the place. But yeah, you gotta go give it the once over. But if you make the mistake of just doing a quick walkthrough with one of the kids that work at the desk and then giving them your credit card, and now you're on the hook. I would start slower and just go. And again, go at different times, preferably at peak hours, which normally for most gyms are going to be like after school, after work, late afternoon, early evening until, maybe 8 o'clock at night, those few hours. And that's going to give you a good idea of the clientele, the type of people that are there, what's going on with the equipment. Yeah, that old one, David, you remember that, right? I gave that one away actually to the neighbor. And I don't know what he did. He had a couple of kids, and I gave it to them when I got this other bar. But again, I paid under $100 for that, and I had that. What he's referring to, guys, is just one of those standard pull-up dip stations. Again, if you go on Amazon and you just search dip station, pull-up station, or whatever, you'll see it. But the one that I had I don't even think I paid $100 for it, and it was more than what I needed. So another point, guys, that I wanted to tell you, I wanted you to consider before you join these gyms. We're quick to do it. We sign it on the dotted line, and they have our credit card, they have our bank information, and I promise you, they never miss a payment. They will never call you up and say, "Hey, we made a mistake. We didn't bill you this month." They will always bill you. And built into a lot of these contracts, in addition to your monthly payment, They'll have some bullshit yearly something or other charge, which might be another 30, 40, 50 bucks that they charge you just because. So before you sign that contract, really ask some questions. Are there any other fees other than this monthly fee? Are you going to charge me anything else throughout the year? And then probably one of the most important questions is, what do I have to do if I want to cancel? And I can almost guarantee you that any gym, even if they say no commitment, no this, no that, when you sign that contract, you're going to have to jump through some hoops to get out of that contract. You're going to have to send them a letter, hop up and down on one foot, pat your head, rub your belly at the same time. But they're not going to make it easy to get out of that contract. So, make sure you read that contract and you know what you're getting into. Good morning, Johnny. Happy holidays to you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, guys, read the fine print, ask questions. Make sure you get solid answers right before you sign up. Good morning, Magda. You have a nice day too. Thanks for stopping in. So read that fine print, guys. And I'm sure I'm missing some points, guys, but the 10th point I wanted to bring up with you guys to consider before you go head first into this. I remember years ago when I first started working out, guys I worked with, we'd all make plans. And not to date myself, but this was even before cell phones. So we'd say, all right, we'll be at the gym at 10 o'clock. And I'd be down there ready to go. One guy would show up at maybe 10 after 10. Did you hear from this other guy? No, but he was out late, but he said he's definitely going to be here. Now it's 10:30. Now it's 11. Now the guys show up. This guy's hungover. Then it just turns into a bullshit session, and you don't get anything done. So that's not going to work. But if you are inclined, if you feel that you need the accountability and you like to work out with somebody else, make sure that they're serious too. Make sure that they're not just in it, because if they get into it, and I don't care how well you're doing, if they're your workout partner, and they're having a shitty day, they're going to call you and they're going to tell you, well, why don't we just go tomorrow instead? And they'll convince you to change your plans. I'm not saying you can't find a reliable. You might find somebody, if you're lucky, you'll find a partner that's really, really committed, that's going to pull you along. It's going to do the opposite, that will kick you in the ass and make you do what you have to do. But be very discerning about who you associate with this, when it comes to having accountability, excuse me, with the gyms, maybe you're the type of person that likes to go to classes and things like that, which is good because that'll keep you on schedule. A lot of gyms make you sign up prior for the classes. So if you do that, you'll feel some sense of commitment. Now I signed up, so I have to get there. Not just, I might just stop in and take a class tonight. So, things to consider, the accountability. Or are you the type of person that you really feel you can hold yourself accountable? I feel that. I feel that. I mentioned before, and this really does go back years and years with these guys. I don't want to be relying on somebody else If it's somebody that I can see that's really going to motivate me, and maybe I can learn something from them, or just I enjoy being with, and we kind of have similar goals, well, that's good. But if you're gonna hitch your horse to somebody else's wagon, you better make sure that wagon's moving forward. You know. Yeah, Skits, I get it. That's perfectly fine. Absolutely, man. All right. I don't feel miserable right now, Skits, but to each his own. But I get your point about being, wanting to be out around people, if that's some type of motivation for you, or you just want to work on your social skills, or you just feel better. Perfectly fine. Again, it's whatever's going to move you to do it. It's whatever's going to motivate. That was the first point I brought up. Is your real motivation. And if that's part of your motivation, being around people, and you know, you like to have that top tier equipment, you got to go for it. Again, it's whatever's going to make it enjoyable, sustainable, uh, and keep you going. That's all it is. And it's going to be different for everybody. It's going to be totally different for everybody. And it's not, nobody's way is the wrong way as long as you're doing it. As long as you're doing it. There's a lot of people, and myself included to a large degree. I find solace in just being here by myself doing it. Again, not relying on anybody, but like I did, not that I relied on people years ago, but I would make plans to work out with people. And, now my progress, what my day is going to hinge on what these guys do. Are they going to show up on time when they get there? Are they going to be serious about working, So I get you, Skits, but I can assure you I'm not miserable. I actually like this machine. To me, I'm on top tier equipment right now, right? But that's all a matter of opinion. But to me, it is top tier. So we'll stick with it. So that's it, guys. Just a few things I wanted to bring up to you. With the whole New Year's resolution, New Year, New Me. I joined Planet Fitness. Life's going to be better. I'm going to be different. No more messing around. There's more to it than just, somebody gifting you a gym membership, or you going to buy a gym membership on a spur of the moment. Like everything in life, your success is going to hinge on your planning. You really got to plan it. Another cliche that's so true, though, is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? I think that's it. And it certainly holds true when it comes to your health. All right, so you have to give it some thought. Put the time in. Put the time in, And again, I'm certainly not telling you don't join a gym, because like I said when I started off, I've had a gym membership my whole life. And I intend to always have one, because I do enjoy it to a certain degree. And I get use out of it. But just be realistic. So yeah, again, guys, the whole home equipment route, I think that's a good way to go, or something at least to explore for a lot of people. And again, I have a couple of suggestions down in the description. And those are things I actually use that I get pretty much like everything in my life that I get off of Amazon. So you can check that out just to give you some ideas. Maybe you could branch off from there. Um, But again, when you add it up, if you did want to outfit your home with a couple of, again, the fundamentals, just the basic stuff, there's really no greater return on investment as long as you use it. And you're going to get a great return on investment from a gym membership, right? But what's the caveat? The caveat's always going to be if you use it consistently, so consistency is always the secret sauce. You're consistent with the good stuff, you'll reap the rewards. Consistent with the bad stuff, you're going to pay a dear price, for sure. No getting around that. Don't think that you're different, that you're going to beat the odds. All right, guys. Time has expired for this cardio session and pretty much for the year. Another year gone in a few days. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys, most of you guys, before that. But just some things to consider before you jump into that gym membership. Think about what you're going to do. I hope a lot of you guys are serious about making 2025 a better year when it comes to your health, because then it's going to help everything else in your life fall in place. All right, so I'm going to cut it here, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Everybody get some reps in. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, have a good day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys.